Korea isn't just good at Overwatch, they're good at fixing audio issues in record time. I didn't expect it to be back so soon, but you know what? Here we are.
So we're getting ready to go into the offense here for RunAway. You see, they're playing actually this 2-2-2 setup again with Yaki now swapping to the Pharah. So with Assassin on the Hanzo and Yaki on the Pharah, a lot of shield pressure, a lot of damage and poke here available for RunAway. For Athena, when they're playing Damon on the Mei, they really don't have an answer to them. Their only hope here is to be trying to maybe isolate some of the tanks for either Mag or Q.
Well, Damon's already down, so the wall threat is gone. Not that it was a huge threat to the Pharah to begin with. Yaki looking for some pickoffs inside the building. Assassin gonna find half on the other side, and this is just pure devastation. RunAway easily getting through point A, and Athena gonna have to look perhaps to a different swap, different composition as Assassin just goes forward.
The reality is that Athena are gonna continue to play this comp. RunAway, they don't have anything to fear. Even if Wits and D.Va aren't necessarily the best picks on this map because of how close they are, the reality is Mag and QOQ, it's tough for them to get pressure when they can just run away from the Athena frontline. And the entire time the Athena frontline can't really aggress due to the fact that they're going to be taking so much shield presence, so much poke damage here between Yaki and Assassin. I really think Athena should swap, but they're going to commit to it. They're committing to this composition. They need to find the isolation here onto the RunAway tanks because they're not going to find Assassin or Yaki.
Assassin in on the high ground right now. Everyone's in the library. This would be a prime time to drop a dragon. RunAway is waiting for it, and here comes the dragon. It's going to be splitting off the method of retreat. It even gets Inhyuk for good measure. And that was a just absolute disaster from Athena. Nowhere they could go.
1-0 used, 1-5-1, and still a lot of time left on the bank for RunAway. Athena are probably going to commit to this again because they have Blizzard. They really want to use this composition, and the reality is it seems like that they're also, rather than trying to find the tanks for RunAway, they just want to play the point and force RunAway to come to them. But they just don't have any fragging power. They have nothing to stop all the damage that's being put into their shields, the eventual pick that's probably going to happen as well. RunAway is going to have 5 ults for this fight, along with that barrage to finish it.
Damon still on the Mei. Going to be putting a lot of faith into the Blizzard for the next fight. Nanobu's going to be out early. Here comes Yaki. Uses the barrage. Doesn't get a whole lot, but does force out Transcendence on the other side. So Athena going to be down Transcendence early in the fight. RunAway still split. Valkyrie in progress. Mag disrupting, and they get Lucio off that and Inhyuk. So it's 2 pickoffs from RunAway. It still ends up working. The Blizzard just doesn't do a whole lot. Okay, QQ, you're frozen. Doesn't mean much in the greater scheme of things where there's gonna be a little bit of delay, but RunAway just dominates the fight. They get through point B incredibly quickly, and now Athena, you'd think would be the time to swap off the Mei.
Definitely is the time. At least get a Sombra or a Widow, something to get test here. As Athena are making the swaps, they're putting Teru onto the Ana. They're gonna play the triple support. They're gonna play triple support with the Teru Anu here, which, I mean, it gives you some options here to deal with Yaki and Li Zhegong, but you have realistically nothing to win the spam war.
Assassin just gets the arrow through the tiniest of areas, gets Teru, and now RunAway working on the 6v5. Yaki, barrage, blocked and ready. Athena again need to land a good grab here just to set the terms of the next fight. RunAway keeping payload moving. Here we go. This is old school sneakiness from back in the beginning of Overwatch. Pharah going underneath, gets the nano, up and over. Yaki going forward, 100 HP. Barrage ready and just drops on Ryan in the back. And it's gonna be enough. Down goes Dame, down goes Ryan, and RunAway up 2 already here as they move forward. Self-destruct directly to the back, and it gets another 2. RunAway well on their way to setting a speed run here at Kings Row.
Oh no, Athena, they're lost. Someone find them a map. Someone help them out. Lewis and Clark, where are you at? Because Athena are lost. They are actually lost right now. You see Inhyuk trying to drop a little delay, but Athena had really had no chance at all during the matchup at any point. They swapped Damon to the Widow. They have a grab, but then the question becomes, how do you fall off on your own grab? You do have a Ryan, sure, that's cool. But Gundam JD still had Nano. They had an Orisa, which is already tough. He could just walk out of grab, literally just walk out of the grab there. They just did not have anything to deal with RunAway's comp. They need to make swaps sooner on first and second. They get to last, and they're in this situation. Really, really tough time for Athena in terms of the hero chest.
So RunAway setting a quick time in Kings Row where, again, remember the stakes that are involved here. Athena is unable to bring the series back. Their season essentially over in all but perhaps the most official of terms. But RunAway setting 3 minutes and 43 seconds on the clock. It's a very tough road ahead, Athena, where not only that, they not only have to get to the very end, but they need to do it with at least a little bit of time remaining on the clock. Easier said than done. Obstacles have been thrown in their way.
Definitely just need to make some swaps earlier there for Athena. I think I think the map could have turned out a little bit different if they had just gone off that Mei much sooner. The reality is the triple tank, or at least the two with Mei, the duo tank with Mei and the triple support, you're not gonna find anything versus the Pharaoh Hanzo. You're always going to lose the shield war. You're gonna get outmaneuvered because of the mobility of their tanks. They just need to make swaps sooner, and because of that, they're in a situation where they have a ton of time bank and last to defend. And RunAway just forced them in a position where they just could not outswap.
I hope this setup Nate actually gets something. Does an interesting window setup for a Gangnam Jin. Bound Nate doesn't quite connect, but you never know. Blind spam, soft spot in my heart for it. Athena setting up here in the Hamid Inhyuk, looking for a way in, just getting pummeled by Ana in the back to start things out.
Athena on the triple DPS composition here again. They do have Damon on the Hanzo to sort of synergize with Teru, where they can put a lot of shield presence in. They can try to break the shield early, try to get the spam they need, and force them in a position where they're going to have to give up ticks. But RunAway, they're just playing slow, building up towards that nano. Likely to end up giving the nano to either someone to keep him alive or QOQ so he can go hunt.
Well, LeGDAY gets caught by a stray rocket there, and RunAway just getting poked down here, where again, we talked about this earlier, the last time we saw Kings run the series earlier today, but running 3-3 versus Pharah on first, it's really difficult to get done, even when you're at a team the caliber of RunAway, but Name somehow gets caught. Gangnam Jin goes DPS on it, gets 2! That is insane! Gangnam Jin from the hotel, just being a DPS of his own right now, looking for Taro, almost gets him.
The thing is that Athena, they just didn't find an early frag. I mean, they did find one, but RunAway, they just sustained. They still continued to contest the point. They give it up one tick, but they were just playing for Nano. Gangnam gives the Nano to QOQ, and he follows up off that damage, finding those 2 kills. There's the Dragon looking for the zone. Can Athena find anything off of it?
Well, here comes Taro. Nano boost in, taking the fight indoors. D.Va still in his face, and it's something where Pharah can take it a little bit more aggressively with the Nano. Ends up with Yaki, QOQ down, and Athena in a better spot, but somehow Game gets caught by the pilot D.Va on the other side. Not the best case scenario, and Matt gets Inhyuk on the other end. Someone who Athena is taken down.
QOQ just crossed Teru to the Shadow Realm. I mean, he broke his ankles. He couldn't find him. Gets the kill of Baby D.Va onto Named as well. Absolutely huge from QOQ there. And now Athena, they don't get the what should have been a fight win, removing the Zarya, getting the D.Va out of mech. Now they have to recontest here, and Gangnam Jin has another Nano for QOQ.
RunAway, potential on the verge of pulling here in first. The Nano, the QOQ. Whereas boosters are fading, not something you can easily chase down. Instead, just can't turn his attention to the Hammond on the other side. Going around, self-destruct ready, RunAway. Giving up a bit of space here from the mines. And yet the same note, Athena isn't comfortable enough to rotate onto the point as Mag catches Inhyuk. And the Dragon Eden on the other side. RunAway just getting so many tiny victories right now.
Athena, they don't have Inhyuk now to even contest to get any sort of a disruption here. And Jasper, he dropped EMP in that fight, and he got a one-man EMP onto Mag. And the problem is that Athena were currently getting zoned. Teru was not in position to follow up. The rest of his team was not there to follow up with Damon. He finds a crucial pick on the Gangnam Jin.
Shatter. Mag drops the Shatter. Jasper already out of the fight. Teru tries even up with the barrage, ends up with 2, makes it 3. The Nano barrage from Teru gives him 4, and that should be enough for Athena to finally get the payload moving. But again, remember what is at stake right now for Athena. They need to finish this with time left on the clock, and RunAway just burned 3 minutes and 20 seconds off point A.
Looks like RunAway want to continue running this 3-3 setup here as well. They feel confident running it on King's Row. They do have beat, they do have bomb and rally. They have a lot of sustain for this fight. They know that there's no EMP, no barrage. So really just one ult, just the rally. Means that RunAway can sit on this card essentially indefinitely unless Damon gets a lot of value here.
Well, Damon's going to start out with the Dragon Pile Driver. Looking to add a little bit more. The bomb from QOQ, though, makes plenty of space. And Inhyuk, again, just a little bit deep, ends up getting punished. RunAway's been so good and applying proper focus fire to Inyok anytime he's a little bit into the backline.
So having to use tools there for RunAway, but still holding on to the choke, getting close to that double support. DJ Gong still holding on to the beat. And right now, Meta Athena, they swapped the Sombra goods. They said, okay, triple DPS probably not going to work out here when RunAway are holding so close to the choke, denying our entry. This is actually extremely good zone here for the backline for Meta Athena, named Teru, forcing QOQ off that high ground.
Nano just in time to save Maggie, who's about to get bursted down. That was a defensive Nano if there ever was one. And let's RunAway keep where they're at the moment. Yaki getting pummeled on the other side. EMP about to be up from Jasper. Meta Athena very much trying to take this fight in the here and now. Beat up from LeGDAY. He's just hiding from EMP. There's the EMP. There's the beat. It's super well timed. Mag, though, ends up still getting focus fire down. Graviton.
They're moving in. The Graviton's available, but they still have Transcendence. Gun He's going to have to hit a nade if they're going to clean this up. I doubt it's going to be possible with Teru also dropping that rally. This fight is over. Meta Athena definitely won it, but had to invest a lot. A lot in that fight, and a lot of time still burned.
If you're RunAway, you're still happy with where this is. Meta Athena, they're down to a minute 20 left to get through the remainder of point B, which, by the way, isn't a lot of time given how far the payload has to go. And even if they take that fight, RunAway is going to be in a good position for point C. So Meta Athena essentially not only needs to be perfect, but they need good pickoffs of the unexpected variety.
Jasper, if they can win this fight, early with just a fast EMP shatter, they're going to be in a great spot. This is actually probably one of the best positions for Meta Athena to win. If they lose this fight, this series is definitely over. They need to get a good EMP shatter, or maybe just get value.
It's 5. It's a 5-man EMP assassin immediately down. The shatter, well executed right after. So they invest 2. They get the team fight. They go in the point C. But for RunAway, you're still fine with this. It's something to be expected. Yeah, you look at the other side. They get extra time. They have 2 minutes left. But this is very defensible for 2 minutes, especially given that EMP was just used.
Now for RunAway, it's a question of can they clean up this graph? It's definitely a question of that here for RunAway, because Damon is going to look to drop it here. QOQ can look to eat. There is no beat just yet for LeGDAY, but they do have the Nano. They're going to have to play a little split here. See if they can deny value for Damon's graph, because Meta Athena do not have much to clean it up.
RunAway hanging tight on the point right now. Minute 30 for Meta Athena. This next fight absolutely crucial if they're going to finish with any time left on the clock. They want to entertain any hope of winning the series. RunAway, though, taking the initiative. They move forward. They get the boop on the Jasper. Jasper down. His translocator must have been out, or just raw damage that took him down. Either way, RunAway, they buy more time, and Meta Athena, they need to go.
Now with losing that fight, now with removing Jasper from the field, LeGDAY has built up this beat, and Yaki has the grab as well. So for RunAway, they're not even in position. They're not worried at all. They can just look to engage first with the beat with the grab. They want it first, though. Damon does find Assassin, but that's still okay.
They shatter Zen, but they force out the beat on the other side. Jasper investing in P. Inyok already down, got booped in the pit by LeGDAY. LeGDAY down as well. RunAway starting to fall a little bit here on the point. Disruption in the back, but no, the Graviton comes in. RunAway turns the fight to their favor, and the series is officially over, because even if Meta Athena comes back in, they're not going to have time. The best they'd be able to do is a draw, and as a result, RunAway wins.
Series done. Meta Athena does not find their win here today, and just an unfortunate fight there for Meta, where they thought they could commit, but they just could not. If they had just been able to focus Mag, if they could somehow got that focus, but RunAway talking them so incredibly hard, they didn't have Inyok there to clean up on the grab, and now because of it, the series is done. You see that bomb engage with QOQ, the bubble's already out, forces that transit. The series is officially, like you call it, done.
Shatter in, Meta Athena right now playing for the draw, playing for some measure of map score. The series is away from them. We'll see if they can finish out King's Row at a minimum and even go to the drawable round. Heavy shield pressure onto Inyok. Now going for the Miracle Charge over into the side. Meta Athena moving on forward, looking for a way to set up the Graviton. Damon blocked, ready to go, drops a grab. It's a big grab at that. And RunAway, they end up falling in the midst of it as Meta Athena, for this round, not entirely out of it.
Not out of this round. They will have the Bash Shatter, though, as well for this following fight. RunAway doesn't have their support ults up just yet. Doesn't have their support ults. They do have Yaki's grab, though. They do know that Meta Athena does not have a Demon to eat it. As RunAway puts Assassin down to the Batista, I like this for the injury. They're going to need the Immortality field to potentially survive this combo.
EMP, user with Meta Athena, the follow through, excellent. And RunAway, they're going to be giving up the point here, so we do go to extra rounds. It's still the series to RunAway, regardless of what happens, and even for the map score, it's going to be a little bit difficult for Meta Athena just because they have to hold for an incredibly long period of time versus, you know, only 33% here on Kings Row, which is easier said than done. But hey, we also had another miracle draw situation earlier today in the Fusion University game, so why not here?
Well, like we talked about, even with the draw, the series is done. And for Meta Athena, it's tough if map score will even change their season at this point. But the reality is that sometimes you have to recognize that, yeah, your season may be done, but it's important to still finish out as strong as possible because you can still get the chance to get scouted, still have the chance to improve in the following seasons. So definitely still a lot to play for them and improve.
And also, you talk about player scouting, and I think it's a very important point because I think one of the side effects of Fusion University coming to Korea and just getting destroyed isn't an accurate term, but clearly getting outclassed, especially in close situations by some of the top teams here, is that barring a big turnaround for NA teams at the Gauntlet, it's also raising the stock of every Korean team here in Contenders when you're looking for additions to bolster your roster going into the 2020 season.
Yeah, if you take arguably the most dominant NA team of all time yet, now obviously we'll remain to see what the dynasty happens, you know, what new dynasty is established with Indy or Atlanta. But you take arguably the most dominant NA Contenders team of all time, you move into Korea, and suddenly they're a 6th place team. That definitely shifts your perspective on what the balance is between various regions.
It also destroys EU just by transitive property because EU got destroyed by Fusion University in the Atlantic Showdown. So Korea right now, their stocks are going up. Speaking of stocks right now, Meta Athena trying to hold on. QOQ again gets demeched early, RunAway, fighting back. Trade out, still very effective for the offense here. Terra though, finds him on the other side. Damon playing tooth and nail. And Meta Athena still again fighting for the draw. And they gave up quite a bit of progress there as well. That was a bit risky.
I do like that they're running this Orisa comp. Inyok is going to be playing the Let's Not Die strategy. As Li Gong somehow gets half, it doesn't really matter because the res is available. It's just a little bit cheeky from Li Gong. That Dragon's going to be out from Terra, zoning out the high ground there, but Yaki, he's getting ready to push.
Damon, EMP, ready to go. Drops the EMP. Hits 3. Going to be leading the QOQ on a swift DMAC. Gets a follow-up hack on the Mag. The Mag just trying to walk on out, and not really going to happen. Gets the... Also, why Nano? So late to fight. They get half. Somehow off of that. Mag now going to use the Primal. Ends up with 2. The late Nano. Mag versus the world, and he's actually winning.
Mag is going to find Terror there as well. He will. Mag, he's gotten 3 in this fight. He's made so much space. RunAway. They do have the superior spawns right now. Yaki's close to this grab. You see they're currently focused on Supercharger. Don't lose anyone to the bomb. And now Yaki, he's going to come back in. He's going to drop the grab, and Mag will be there to clean up.
Graviton in from RunAway. That should do it. And they'll turn this from a drawable game into a clean 3-0. But what in the world towards the end there? Most of RunAway dead and off the point. Mag deep behind enemy lines. They go for the Nano, which most times is just, well, I don't know why you do that. And Mag just comes away with multiple eliminations. Ends up winning the map for them.
Sometimes you gotta trust that when you give Nano to your Winston, he's just gonna heal the backline single-handedly. And it's definitely as possible when you get that great damage, when you make sure you're hitting the juggle there for your primal there. And RunAway closing it out. Rio continuing to move up the standings. Meta Athena now with another series loss, seemingly probably out of playoffs, but definitely still plenty to play for in terms of both map score and looking to potentially be scouted.
If nothing else, you play for pride, and that's where we're going to be seeing final map of the day coming up after a short break. If you were expecting an upset, well, you came to the wrong series. RunAway 3-0 over Meta Athena, and generally speaking, it has been pretty dominant at that. And realistically, you take a look at this, RunAway, they've adapted, where RunAway previously, they were known as a team that was pretty much completely dead set on 3-3. EM shakes up the meta, and RunAway now a lot more comfortable running DPS setups when necessary, but still showing competence on 3-3 when it's good.
Just expanding around their already existing synergy and the strengths that they have as a team, which is exactly what you should do as a very strong competitive roster. Is that it's ideal to just expand to your strengths, shore up your weaknesses, but also if you're just playing around what you're already good at, then you're probably still going to be pretty good. And they're really demonstrating that this season, and once again here versus Meta Athena, who has had trouble breaking out of that DPS-centric box. They just really can't redefine themselves too much. They just also losing out to that superior synergy that RunAway's been having.
I mean, more than anything else, you see Meta Athena lose neutral fights pretty often. Ultimates aren't always used properly, and it's not necessarily that they're massively outclassed, but there's a considerable difference between them and RunAway, and there's been a considerable difference really between Meta Athena and most of the teams they've played here this season, and just one that has not been able to be surmounted. But now we go into the fourth map where, because Meta Athena's lost here today, the odds of them making playoffs again, if they're not officially done, they're all but. However, there's still a reason, as we talked about, to play hard here in the last map. Beyond the pride of just wanting to be spoiler, it's also the idea that I think it's a safe bet to say that a lot of players for the 2020 season are going to be coming directly out of Contenders Korea. So you want to be on top of things and hope that you catch the talent scout's eye.
Fourth map is going to be Dorado, our escort for the series here once again. And though the series is over, it's like we talked about, playing for pride, playing for scouting potential. Because we have seen plenty of players that get scouted seemingly from nowhere, or from teams that have very poor performances. Most notably, I mean, obviously, a very key example is Forde, who's on very low-performing teams, but he gets scouted here for the Overwatch League. He's been a star for his whole dynasty. So it's always important to still show up, put your best out, and potentially get scouted there in the future. And by no means are your career necessarily done here at Korean Contenders either for these players. So still something to play for.
Well, Dorado is where we're going to be fishing things out here on the day. And we'll see what, if anything, Meta Athena changes as they look to map 4. And for RunAway too, I mean, this can always be a decent chance of experimentation here in the fourth and final map, where even though map score might matter for RunAway in the end, I'd say the way things are going right now, it's probably unlikely RunAway can gain the #1 seed again. However, they're still going to be very much in the mix, and look, with how competitive the top 6 is going to be going to playoffs, I don't think any team is going to be super excited to play against RunAway, or really any of the other teams that end up making it in. It's just been close all around here in Korean Contenders.
So Meta Athena is going to be on this defense first, looking like they want to play the trusty Heurix. Half sitting at the spawn on Sombra, probably just going to be looking for the scout and going back and swapping. What he feels is best. And RunAway will just to see what they come out on. RunAway does have Hisu in for Assassin, so Hisu been just playing a lot of Zarya in the past. Likely going to be playing it here once again, and RunAway playing 3-3.
RunAway now staking around the payload, Meta Athena running with the DPS we said with the Far Widow. RunAway, I mean, the first part here should be generally free. You don't usually suffer too much damage from poke in the beginning. It's just the archway where things start getting a lot more difficult to move forward and where the Far gets considerably more valuable. The Mag, though, going to seize the opportunity, diving on in, trying to take Meta Athena unawares, and they get Inhyuk down immediately. The dive coming on in from RunAway, really well timed.
And that dive was incredibly good. It's such a good dive here as they continue to chase Mag, getting so much value. And though Damon will get QQ out of mech and find Legion Gong, that's perfectly fine. They use the bubble engage. Mag makes sure to not drop his own bubble until the bubble has been burned from Hisu, and then uses that bubble to block all the healing to Inhyuk while the rest of RunAway focuses. So very, very good engage there.
RunAway, excellent spot. Taro going to drop the barrage, trying to bring things back from Meta Athena. Mag is out of the fight. And Inhyuk, DJ gone. Meta Athena on the verge of bringing this one back, despite RunAway having a lot of momentum. RunAway, they invest the nano boost onto QOQ, trying to even things out even while down players, but the numbers count keeps going against them, and with Damon's pickup on the Hisu, that should be it. RunAway at a minimum needs to back up a little bit.
They continue to stagger here. RunAway, they definitely need to back up. They don't want to lose anymore, and if they do, they want to lose them that slower. They want to get out fast. They're going to be done fast. So RunAway having to reset, definitely not the most impactful nano there for Ganamjin. I mean, puts it on to QOQ, hoping QOQ can provide some value, maybe hunt the Fair Mercy, but the reality is that if his team's not there to support him, the zoning from that nano diva, it's just not enough. It's not enough to find the frag, it's not enough to isolate any targets.
Zero, still over the top. RunAway gonna be seeking shelter from the rockets over to the right-hand side. Mag got slept. RunAway gets there just in the nick of time. Mag can use Primal Rage, diving over to the back. High mobility out from him as Teru decides, I'm gonna ignore the Winston, go back the other way, and then, okay, still shoot a few pot shots the other way. EMP, though, gonna be coming on out as RunAway moves in, and they're not really phased much by the EMP.
DJ Gong and Ganamjin, bloodthirsty supports. I mean, cleaning up while here on point. Ganamjin getting 3 in that fight. And Athena having to make some swaps now, having to readjust what their comps are going to look like here against the 3-3. As David, he got entirely zoned that whole fight as well. Mag was into the backline. He was left there. Athena was hoping to burst him, but he gets woken up. Primals and just takes David back to spawn, who actually just swaps.
RunAway on the payload for now. Athena just getting back out of spawn. Again, it comes down to Teru and Damon here. Teru over the top, Mirage walking ready. And Matt gonna take the initiative once more. Nano wins it to the back, chasing down the Widow, forces a heavy repositioning. Not gonna be a good area to land shots now. Graviton in as well as RunAway just completely invests everything into the high ground, and it pays off.
Hisu getting some very good value there from the grab. Now, with the grab gone, this next fight's going to be tough for Hisu to have a lot of utility, but if this chase continues to happen with Name going down, they're getting these staggered kills, they're denying the chance for Athena to have a clean recontest. So even if Hisu is not going to be most effective here on this point, that's perfectly fine if they continue to push the cart close to the spawn, close to the end here. As Teru, he's going to be looking for value. He has to get some value from this barrage if they're going to hope to win this fight.
Athena just looking for any form of stall to get back over here. EMP can be dropped. 3 members of RunAway being afflicted. Mag, though, down already and out. Athena on the verge here, but again, the nano into QOQ, the RunAway special here. QOQ, though, gonna get hacked. It'll be harder to move around as freely as Inyok. Just delaying here on the Hammond, spinning around the point, going around. Bomb, though, catches half directly into the back. RunAway still keeping up the pressure, looking for Inyok, who's super low. Teru gonna fall. And this is going to be enough for RunAway, who's still setting a very quick time here on Dorado.
Now, RunAway just going to keep chasing here, going to find Damon. And Damon so far has not had a lot of success on this Widow versus this comp. I mean, 3-3 into the Widow, if you're not finding continuous picks up to the backline, you're essentially just building a lot of infra sites. And you're not really worried about where RunAway is going to be at. You can see them. They're near the cart. They're in your face. You don't need that infra site. So now Athena making a swap here onto a Sombra Goats, putting Damon onto the Zarya. This next fight still, though, even though they have that nano, they don't have any other ults. And RunAway can have lots of disruption with Mag in the backline, and Yaki can get that rally soon after.
RunAway on the way, Bio-nates the back, it's Teru and Named. Not quite in position to follow up on it. Jasper, though, in danger, was poking from the back, almost picked off, still heavy in danger, and Mag chases him down. There's Mag in the back with the Primal, able to find him. 5-on-5 LEGDAY gone a little bit too deep. Mag, heavy, look at the airtime on Rhine! That is a ridiculous pickoff on the Inyok as he goes for a ride. RunAway, moving forward, threatening Dorado C, and Athena, they can't get back onto the point! Does that qualify as a C9?
That definitely
feel like
qualifies as a C9. I feel like that definitely qualifies as a C9. They were hoping to get healed up, hoping to get their cooldowns up a bit, and they just weren't able to touch. Mag, I have to say, Mag has been absolutely abusing Athena so far in this series. Getting perfect disruption, zoning the people he needs to zone, and also he doesn't have to fear. He has nothing to fear because Athena really aren't playing Diva. They're not playing anything that burns him. They're not even having his Zen out. It's so tough to really deny Mag all the space he's creating.
I have watched a lot of Overwatch since 2015, and I cannot think of any moment that I've seen a Reinhardt get that much airtime in that sort of situation. That's nuts. What we just saw there was absolutely crazy.
So RunAway finishing with 2 minute. You know, that's a pretty decent time bank for them. Mirroring the roll lock that is soon to be happening that we'll see in playoffs.
little bit of early practice.
A little bit of the early practice. Athena now on this offense, hoping to equalize the time, get a better time here. Play for their pride a bit. But I have a feeling that RunAway is not going to let them. They've with Hisu in, they have the option to just swap to 3-3 effectively, especially for last, and just play it into them, just keep walking into them, having Mag deny their space, and the rest of them just be essentially incapable of being down by Damon and Teru. But as for right now, RunAway are going to be playing Hisu on the Widow, Yaki on that Sombra, looking for picks. Or Yaki on the Pharah, I should say, not the Sombra.
And the Mei strategy here from Athena is interesting. I mean, usually if you're going to see a Mei, you see it more on defense versus the offense. But, and also, the walls here just aren't going to be as good. It's more so the freeze on the Mag as Yaki gets caught. Don't usually see Hans on the anti-air in the Pharah, but can happen. Punish is going to be there to prevent the res, though, as RunAway still at a full 6. And Mag's pretty deep. He's very deep. He is behind enemy lines.
No, he's escaping. He's escaping, though Damon, Teru gonna be looking to take him down, but Inyuk picked up by QOQ. So RunAway just gonna continue to control this choke.
Mag's caught. He's down. He did not escape. The spy mission is over.
Yaki, though, he's still pressuring. He's still pressuring on this backline. He's denying the chances for Athena to really get the flanks, but Damon's gonna take down Li Gong. I'm assuming that Yaki should go down very soon after.
Oh, Teru firing back the other way. Yaki gonna fall. It's been a slow slog here from Athena, but they get pretty deep into point A. Teru's gonna be back up. Still a winnable map for them here. And RunAway, they don't exactly have great tools for the re-engage here. They swap onto Genji, of all things, but half ends up getting picked off. Mag, again, another good engage, but they don't get onto the point. Point A is gone, despite everything that Mag has just done.
Now, that is definitely a Charlie Niner. But I will say that for RunAway, they're in such a dominant position in this fight that I think they can be perfectly happy with it. They can hold the spawn doors. Now that they have Yaki actually on the Genji, it gives them a chance to set up more effective dives. He can test the backline. See here, he's having a 2v1 fight. He gets him through the healing. He gets the armor pack. Or not the armor pack, but rather the health pack. He's able to get any more. No, he is not. He's going to get picked off there.
Yak removes the last avenue of escape, but even just getting the Zen while he's getting pocketed by the Mercy is still a fairly big accomplishment. Isu finds Teru off the early pick, and RunAway just not getting up the courtyard.
Mag dropping that primal here again, zoning Athena back. They're having some trouble getting out of spawn because he's playing the sight lines, he's playing the angles. Yaki already 80% to the blade. And Valk Blade is a combo we haven't seen in a while, but it's definitely still available. Still going to be a problem. Can you burn them through Transcendence?
Damon on the Widow. About 3 minutes and 50 seconds left from Athena. Still plenty of time as they look to crack what RunAway is running here in the defense. Don't have to worry about the Nail Blade just as Hisu gets named, and Hisu's been kind of popping off a bit here on the Widow.
Denying that Valkyrie entirely. No more Mercy on the field. Athena, they're having to back off. They don't have the heals they need. As Dame's going to make the swap here onto Lucio. So that means they don't have the res, they don't have the pocket for Damon, who's looking to take these Widow duels. And Valk Blade, it's coming. Nano Blade, it's coming. It's fast approaching.
Long have we waited. Nano Blade on the way from RunAway. RunAway just holding this a little bit further back, letting the payload move up. You have to think Yaki's going to be moving in soon. Moving forward to the end. Here's the dash. There's the Nano. The Blade is in, and the Nano, or the Transcendence in response, leaves Yaki just sitting there holding the sword.
So managed to find Inyok, though, and also see how deep Jasper is. Jasper likely going to D-Max. He forced the bomb as QQ bombs over the top, hoping to find anyone. Catches two.
That was a well-timed self-destruct from QOQ. A good way of finishing out the fight, and RunAway just completely derailing Athena, pushing them back one more time. Athena, don't forget, they still might need about 2 fights to get through point B. They only have 2.5 minutes left. Time is quickly getting away from them here.
So Athena, Blue Transcendence did not get much value there, but RunAway, they have no ults right now. No ults, but Mag is coming up once again, soon to that Primal. They can look to injure here, get disruption with Inyok on Primal of his own, maybe set up their bomb. Teru has that rally, allowing them to be very, very healthy here. Not have to worry about the dives necessarily.
Infosight is up.
In.
Ends up fading. Damon not able to get anything while it was up.
Damon's
Here's the scariest moment for Athena. Mag has Primal. And you wouldn't think Primal is as scary as it is, but in Mag's hands, it certainly is a thing. Hiding here in the back. And it's just Mag going, I'm going to fight your entire team. Let's go. In particular, the Widow in the back. And while this is going on, it's giving Yaki time to get Blade. Time for Gangnam Jin to get Nano. It's buying a lot of time as Mag is a distraction.
He's continuing to just roam out there in the back line. Might get isolated very soon, but the Nano Blade's available. It's here.
Nano Blade's out, and while you're chasing Mag, you're not in the front line. Yaki takes down Teru, and the Transcendent's a little bit late to really save from the worst of that there. And Athena, they've been playing Chase the Mag, and it just hasn't been effective.
Yaki having a little duel here with Damon. Does not be able to pick him up. The armor pack is there, and Yaki's going to be able to find Hisu. But the reality is that there's still so much time that's been lost for Athena. They have to get out of spawn. Half. He's trying to snipe LeGDAY from the opposing high ground. They've traded high grounds here. They're in the spawn.
LeGDAY gone down. Jasper able to get onto him in the back, but they're still going to need more. The payload still at least one fight away from the end of point B. Athena stuck in a scrappy fight. Bionade almost ending Teru. But Damon's in a good spot, getting to rhythm here on the Widow. As Athena now in their best spot yet for point B.
LeGDAY is coming back on the Brigida. And Yaki swapping to Lucio here. So making some swaps between the squad here. See the bomb, the rally, the beat, and the rally invested for Athena. Getting the zone, but QQ this entire time. He's just stopping the cart. The cart is not moving.
The cart isn't moving. Inhyuk moving forward off the Nano. Doesn't finish off the last limb there. Like back to haunt them as Mag eliminated with authority off the objective. Same with QOQ. So this is going to be point B heading towards Athena, but only a minute 39 or so for last is not much time.
So now RunAway going to look to make this recontest. Jasper has bomb from Athena. They can look to burn that bubble early for Mag and set up the bomb. They're good in position. So now RunAway making some swaps. So something that's going to be a little more comfortable putting Yaki up to the Brigida, LeGDAY onto his Lucio. And now he's 2 going. Sorry, so full 3-3. Athena look like they want a mirror here. Mirror RunAway 3-3 with about a minute left. This bomb for Jasper is going to have to be big. It's really just a burn Mag, get the bubble out, and look to set up the bomb.
RunAway hanging back. Primal Rage ready. We're going to have the self-destruct up here first from Jasper. Forcing movement out of RunAway. Self-destruct done. RunAway not actually moved much in the least. As Mag again to the back finds half. But not only finding half, but also disrupting Athena all the while. It has been the Mag show here today. We've just been watching it. And ends up with 3 by the very end.
RunAway, they're seeing if they can't get the late D-Mech onto Jasper. He's so low, the Discord's on him, but he gets to the pack. And Mag chases a little too deep. QQ still out of mech. He threw that bomb, hoping to find someone, but we're able to get back to the mech. RunAway gonna have to regroup here. So no tankles for either of the tanks for RunAway, though Mag is gonna make a swap on the Rhine. And Athena, they have one last push, coming up on several ults.
Final attempt here from Athena to keep the map going, to add something to their map score. RunAway hanging over the top, Transcendence in reserve. Athena moving forward off the rally. RunAway giving them plenty of space. They know that's something they can do right now. Payload still has a little bit to go from the final moment. Mag getting pretty low. How's is going to be the time to transcend? Gangnam Jin does just that. Both teams trying out Transcendence. Athena is a little bit later. And Hawk get him drop the hammer. Gangnam Jin down on the ground. But RunAway, a strong front line. They protect him all the while. Athena, self-destruct in reserve. They lose Terror. They're going to need a big boom, and they're going to need it now. But RunAway at the same moment, they've built up grab. The Graviton connects. And that's going to be it. It keeps them off the points. RunAway finishes off the clean sweep 4-0.
RunAway looking very, very dominant in this series. Athena just not, realistically, just not up to par. I mean, they're just not the same level.
No.
You can look at the team. You can look at the team play. You can look at the individual play. Teru had some good moments, but overall, they just did not have the same caliber that RunAway was really performing at.
And that's just been the story of Athena all season, where there's sparks of talent, there's flashes where you can say, hey, this team under different circumstances could be quite good, but the reality is that Contenders Korea is one of the most fierce areas of competition in all of Contenders, probably the most fierce, period. And just being good is the entry. You need to be doing everything well, and RunAway just a class above.
Several classes above, honestly, when we look at that series in terms of just their mastery in terms of neutral fights, swapping, hero chess, composition. It was just well done. It was a clinic. It was a clinic all around. Meta Athena just not able to find any footing, not able to find any ground there, especially when they were sort of forced into a dynamic where it's clear that most of the success they would probably have was based around playing multi-DPS compositions, which RunAway would just have the perfect counter to.
No doubt. But guys, that is going to be bringing us to the end of our broadcast here today, where the last few weeks of Korean Contenders coming up, it's going to be very exciting. We have good matches essentially every day. And of course, you see here, these were the results of today. Fusion Uni falling to Gen G. Tough road for Fusion Uni, for sure. RunAway, you just saw it, stomping over Meta Athena. And the standings, O2 Blast truly on top. And I have to say, going into the season, I didn't expect O2 Blast to be doing quite as well as they have. I thought that they would regress a bit, and I was proven wrong. O2 Blast has been dominant so far this season, and the new meta has definitely really favored them quite a bit.
I think the real question for O2 Blast is, now that they've proven they definitely can succeed in this meta, can they succeed in the next? Because I think teams like Gen G and RunAway, and also Element and GC Busan Wave, those are all teams that I'm looking at them and saying, okay, 2-2 lock is going to be really interesting for them. See, now they can unleash some of the beasts they have there. And for O2 Blast, I have to say, like, how will they change? How will they fit with their new rosters?
And it's the same question that Shanghai Dragons are going to have to be asking themselves, where it's like, congratulations, you conquered the meta, but it's about to change. Do you have what it takes to bring something new to the table when playoffs commence? And it's going to be coming at you a lot sooner than you might think. But guys, that is going to bring